Hey guys, today I have a simple do-it-yourself fitness test that I think is going to be really insightful for you to help you see if you are burning fat when you are doing your aerobic workout. Because the biggest mistake people have, and the reason why so many people hit sticking points and plateaus, is that they end up doing an aerobic activity, walking, jogging, biking, too fast, and it becomes anaerobic for their body, not aerobic, which means they're not burning fat, they're burning carbs, they're burning glucose, sugar. And if they're not burning sugar because they didn't have the right diet, they're burning lean muscle, which is absolutely the last thing you want to be doing. So we're going to do a little simple test, and we're kind of do some reverse engineering to see where you might or where you should be training. So I need three things from you. I need a heart rate monitor, okay? I need 5 minutes, okay? We're going to do a 5-minute brisk walk, and we need to find out your max heart rate. So let's talk about this doing the 5-minute walk. Go out there and give me a good 5-minute brisk walk. After about 5 minutes of briskly walking, not running, not slow, but a brisk walk for 5 minutes, what's your heart rate? That's the number you want to keep track of, and that's what we're going to measure against, okay? Now we need to know, we need to figure out what your max heart rate is. The way you do that, simple computation, it's used all the time in all the gadgets that are out there. You take 220 minus your age, and that gives you your max heart rate. So let's say for a 40-year-old person, okay, I like to still think I'm 40, but 220 minus 40 is 180. 180 is the max heart rate for a 40-year-old person. Cut that number in half, 90. 90 beats a minute is 50% of your max heart rate. 60% is about 108. So between 90 and 108 beats, when you do your 5-minute walk test, you should be below 60% of your max heart rate. If you are, that tells me you're fairly, you're normally physically fit. You have about the normal average fitness level for your age. You have to be below 60%. What I think some of you are going to be surprised to find out is that your heart is just walking, brisk walking, is already at 70, 75, or even higher, okay? And that tells us that at that speed, you're not aerobic, you're anaerobic. You're doing an aerobic activity, but because your level of conditioning right now is not that good, and that's why your heart is beating just so fast. Think about it. Your little heart muscle is beating 70% of its max heart rate, but your little leg muscles are just only going along about what? 35% of their max speed. They're both muscles. That's not how it's supposed to be. So let's reverse engineer it. Now that you know you should be below 60% when you're walking. Again, this is just a good rule of thumb guide to help you figure out how fast you should be doing your aerobic workout. Just remember, it's only elite marathoners and triathletes that can train at 80% of their max heart rate, 80, 85%, and be aerobic. And if you're not that elite marathoner that's logging in, 40, 50, 60, 80 miles a week, you need to back your speed down so your heart rate is down in the 70 or the 60 percentile. So kind of, where you're at in the walk test versus the marathoners that are at 80%, you need to be somewhere below there. So I hope that's helpful for you. Let us know what you find out. I know a lot of my patients and clients, they come back, they're like, wow, I had no idea. But that was really one of the first things that we've discovered, and that was really holding back the results when they've hit that sticking point or that, that plateau. If you like the information, share it with somebody. I'm Dr. Len. Come on back.